Hi, I'm Claudia Brown Coulter from Brownie Culture. I'm a divorce mediator and I help you create a customized divorce so that you can uncouple consciously and respectfully. Today, I wanted to briefly discuss the role of judges in a divorce, at least as far as they're involved in California divorces. Things could be different if you're in a different state. So, first of all, if you're going through a divorce and you go before the judge, they have the authority to decide on everything: your parenting plan, your child support, if you have a business, how it could be divided, if you have retirement, if that would be divided, how property would be divided, if spousal support would be paid, that's also called alimony. So they have the authority to decide every single thing. They also have the ability to decide some of the things. So let's say you and your spouse work some stuff out on your own, or you both have attorneys and you met in one of your attorney's office and you solved some matters, but there were a couple things you just couldn't come to an agreement on. Same with mediation. Maybe you went to mediation and you've reached agreement, but there are some things that you just needed a judge to decide on. You're at a stalemate. They can decide on just those things. Okay, so good morning. If you're joining me live, please say hi and let me know where you're from. And once again, this is the role of a judge in a divorce. Now, in California, especially, if you are going through a divorce and you cannot agree with your spouse about plans for your children, if they're under 18, then before you can see a judge, you have to see a court appointed mediator. And that's somebody who literally works in the courthouse. You go down there, you make an appointment, you get on their calendar, and you go and you meet with them. They're not necessarily, they could be, but they're not necessarily trained in mediation. Generally, these people are trained in child psychology or a related field. If you can reach an agreement with their help, great. They'll let the judge know and that'll be taken care of. But if you can't, then and only then can you see the judge about child custody matters. All right, so if you decide with your spouse, you got your whole thing done, or you worked with your lawyers and you're in a settlement conference with them and everything is peachy keen and you're done, or if you've gone to mediation and you guys have agreed on everything, the judge still has to sign off on that agreement. And the agreement has to be fair. So, if, for example, the wife takes everything, she takes the house and she takes the kids and she takes this and she takes that, and the husband's like, cool. The judge is going to be like, are you sure about that? So, when you're writing up these agreements, when your mediator is writing up these agreements, or your attorney is writing up these agreements, or you're writing up these agreements, you need to explain this. If there's an explanation of, well, actually, the husband's coming into a large sum of inheritance and she doesn't want any of it, and he's going to inherit a throne somewhere and he's got to move to another country. Okay, I mean, that's not going to happen. But if you've got something in your divorce decree or that you're trying to put into your divorce decree that is pretty outlandish like that, of one person, a winner take all type scenario, the judge is not going to sign that until you can explain and show that you have full knowledge of what is about to happen. You have to show that. So they're there to protect your interest. That, especially if there's a language barrier, if one person is very fluent in English and the other person isn't, if one person had an attorney and the other person didn't, they want to make sure that that person who's got maybe some disadvantages in this particular court system, that they're not being taken advantage of. So they have the authority to say, no, you need to come before me or you need to rewrite that. All right, and then most importantly, their job is to follow the law. They have to follow the law, whether you agree with that or not. But also know that they do have a lot of discretion. So if you do end up going before a judge for your divorce, don't be afraid. They are normal people like you and me. Dress professionally. It is court. So, dress like you're going for a job interview. Be prepared if you have anything that you're X is doing or not doing, you should have documentation on that. Anything, if it relates to the kids or to the house or anything of that matter. Be calm. If you have an attorney, then you let your attorney speak to the judge. You don't speak directly to the judge unless the judge asks you specifically. Be respectful. Oh, and don't ever say to a judge, with all due respect, because all they hear is, I don't respect you. So be as respectful as you can. Now, if a judge ends up deciding all or part of your divorce, you may not be happy with the outcome and you may not feel that it's fair. So remember that these people, while they are professionals, they are strangers. They don't know you. They don't know the ins and outs of your relationship with your ex or with your children or how things are working. All they can do is decide on the things that they have in front of them. So, your job is to try to settle as much of your divorce as you can so that you never have to go before a judge, or if you do, it's only on a couple of things because you know your situation better than anyone else. So my job here is to empower you, to help you feel calm. So if you it can be very, very, very scary to go to court and you can be sitting there all day. You have the power. Just be calm, be respectful, be prepared, and know that the more you settle without their help, the easier you make their lives for them. Okay, this is Claudia Brown Coulter from Brownie Culture. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day. And remember, even though divorce is scary, you're going to get through it, and I can help you.